In the desert skyline of modern Doha, a tower rises not simply as architecture, but as a symbol of national ambition and global spectacle. Known today as the Torch, this 300-meter structure was built not only to dominate the skyline, but to embody a moment of history. It stands inside the Aspire Zone, a vast complex dedicated to sport, performance, and international prestige. But unlike traditional skyscrapers designed for offices or apartments, this tower was conceived with a very different purpose. Its shape, its lighting, and even its symbolism were engineered to represent a flame rising above the city. A flame that once burned during one of the most significant sporting events in the Middle East. When construction began in 2005, Doha was preparing to host the 2006 Asian Games, an event meant to introduce the region to a new level of sporting infrastructure. The torch was designed as the centerpiece of that vision, an architectural beacon visible from across the city. At night, thousands of LED lights transform the tower into a digital canvas capable of displaying shifting colors, patterns, and massive illuminated graphics. From miles away, the structure appears less like a building and more like a column of light emerging from the desert. Yet behind this visual spectacle lies a remarkably precise piece of engineering. At 300 meters tall with 36 floors, the tower balances slender elegance with structural stability designed to withstand intense desert winds. Its curved exterior frame subtly twists upward, giving the illusion of motion, as if the tower itself were stretching toward the sky. The façade integrates programmable LED systems capable of broadcasting animations across the entire height of the structure. This system effectively turns the tower into one of the tallest digital displays in the world. During international sporting events, national celebrations, and global occasions, the tower's surface becomes a living screen of light. But the engineering story of the torch extends beyond its dramatic exterior. Inside, the structure houses a luxury hotel designed around panoramic elevation and atmospheric experience. Each floor rotates slightly around the core, allowing rooms to capture different views of Doha's rapidly evolving skyline. Guests staying near the upper levels experience something unusual for a desert city, a quiet sensation of floating above the urban landscape. The hotel itself contains around 163 rooms and suites, carefully arranged to maximize both privacy and visual spectacle. At the top of the tower sits one of its most distinctive features, a revolving restaurant positioned high above the Aspire Zone. As the restaurant slowly rotates, diners can watch the entire city shift around them, from stadiums to highways to the distant Persian Gulf. This movement is almost imperceptible, completing a full rotation in roughly 90 minutes. The effect is subtle but powerful, transforming dinner into a panoramic journey across the skyline. Below the restaurant sits a dramatic indoor swimming pool positioned near the tower's summit. The pool is surrounded by floor-to-ceiling glass, allowing swimmers to look outward across the city while suspended hundreds of meters above ground. This combination of altitude, transparency, and still water creates one of the most unusual swimming environments in the Middle East. But the true symbolic role of the tower became clear during the opening ceremony of the 2006 Asian Games. At the top of the structure, a massive cauldron was installed to hold the ceremonial flame. When the torch was lit, the tower instantly became more than architecture. It became a literal monument to sport, unity, and international visibility. The flame burned above Doha throughout the Games, visible across the city and broadcast to millions of viewers worldwide. For Qatar, the structure represented a declaration that the country intended to participate fully in global sporting culture. In many ways, the torch anticipated a future that would later include events such as the FIFA World Cup hosted in Qatar in 2022. Architecturally, the tower also represents a fascinating hybrid between sculpture and infrastructure. Unlike many skyscrapers defined by rectangular efficiency, the torch relies on a curved lattice structure that reinforces both stability and identity. This external structural frame allows the interior spaces to remain open and flexible. At night, when the LED lighting system activates, the building appears to dissolve into a vertical beam of color. Different lighting programs can transform the tower into national flags, animated patterns, or flowing waves of light. This digital adaptability means the building is never visually static. Instead, it behaves more like a technological landmark than a conventional hotel tower. The tower's position within the Aspire Zone also reinforces its symbolic role. Nearby stands Khalifa International Stadium, one of the region's most important sporting venues. Together, the stadium and the torch create a visual pairing of arena and flame, competition and celebration. During major events, the entire district becomes illuminated, with the tower acting as the visual anchor of the skyline. From a distance, travelers approaching Doha can often identify the city simply by spotting the glowing form of the torch. In a region known for rapid architectural experimentation, many towers attempt to stand out through height or luxury. But the torch distinguishes itself through narrative. It is not merely a building where people sleep or dine. It is a structure designed to remember a moment in time, when a city used architecture to broadcast its arrival onto the global stage. Even years after the Asian Games concluded, the tower continues to function as one of Doha's most recognizable landmarks. Visitors still gather at night to watch the lighting displays ripple across its surface. And for many travelers, the moment they first see the glowing tower rising above the Aspire zone marks the moment they realize they have arrived in Doha. In the end, the torch demonstrates something powerful about modern architecture. Sometimes a building is not only meant to occupy space. Sometimes it is meant to carry a story, and shine that story across an entire skyline.